I want to talk about the cuts and sequestration and the issue that we have in front of us in the next 90 to 120 days here in Congress. The installation level cuts that the Army announced earlier this month are based, of course, on us shrinking to 450,000 soldiers. As you know, and have talked about this morning, there's a significant risk that these cuts will not be the last. If Congress doesn't provide some relief from sequester level caps, the Army will be forced to cut an additional 30,000 active duty soldiers. This year, the Republicans are attempting to get around the statutory budget caps by using the Overseas Contingency Operations, or the War Fund, which doesn't have to be paid for. It can be put on a credit card. Would you buy back force structure using this War Fund?
Senator, we would prefer, if possible, the budget be in the base. But as the recipient of the money, we'll take the OCO if that is the only mechanism that we can in order to sustain readiness and strength and modernization.
The only difference between the commitment to put this $40 billion in the budget between my friends and colleagues and us on this side of the aisle is the willingness to acknowledge that we're spending the money, is the willingness to say, this belongs in the base budget, let's put it in the base budget, let's not use an artifice, a gimmick, phoniness to pretend that somehow we are not making an investment in the base needs of our military, but rather in an overseas contingency operation. And it remains a great frustration to me, and one I'm hopeful that we can work out so that we don't go down this path and create this precedent that I think is very dangerous for the long-term stability of our military and your all's abilities to do your jobs in terms of planning and coordinating and having what you need going forward. I just think it's a very, very irresponsible precedent. But I want to mention briefly at the end of my time the incredible training that's going on at Fort Leonard Wood for the investigators of sexual assault. This is a special set of training that must occur, and I would like your commitment. The forensic experimental trauma interview is now being trained throughout the military and, frankly, in the civilian world. The expertise that's been developed at the fort on this is unparalleled in terms of how you get after a sexual assault investigation, particularly interviewing a victim. I would like your commitment to familiarize yourself with that training and a commitment that you will continue to fight for the adequate funding so we can actually get these perpetrators behind bars so they are not, in fact, besmirching the amazing and wonderful military that we have in this country.
I'll absolutely take a deep look at that. And as I understand it from reports I have, it's the best practice and it leads the nation in its skills.